BoxingVoice.com live here with Deas. Jays, I wanted to ask, we've seen Shaw get a little more rounds than the rest of the sparring partners. What was it about him? Is it the size or is it something that he's doing? You guys seem to favor him. Now this is the second day.
I wouldn't say that we favor him. I think that, you play with different combinations when guys are in there, and sometimes you just have an intuitive feel for what's going on or where a guy maybe could be more valuable early than late and those type things. As far as Stefan, he's got a tremendous skill set. I always like one guy in camp that's faster than what we will see, because speed is the one thing that you cannot account for. There's no way in 12 rounds you can make up for a guy being faster than you've seen or faster than you thought he would be. And Stefan has an extreme amount of speed, and so I wanted Deontay to see that kind of speed, and I knew Stefan would be the fastest the first 3 rounds, so we went ahead and put him in early.
Now, the Cuban, Robert
Alfonso.
What do you think about his speed? He was seeming to counter over Deontay's jab once in a while. He even kind of like, what was it? He parried with a hook. Yeah. And then hooked the champ.
Yeah, well, Robert has a tremendous amount of amateur experience. He was a Pan Am gold medalist, as well as a Cuban Olympian at the same Olympics Deontay was in 2008. Robert was in the super heavyweights. In fact, he was eliminated by Glasgow in the amateurs. Turned pro and has had some ups and downs as far as management is concerned. He had a manager pass away and came to us. We liked him, and so we have him in camp. We like him, and he's 10-0 now, and we like him. He's a good kid.
Yeah, he was definitely giving you guys some great work in there. Now, with Gerald Washington, while the sparring was going on, you was like, I love these guys. I love these sparring partners. So what is it about these particular sparring partners, not only that you love, but that are going to be, helping Deontay come fight night?
Well, you're never going to find a carbon copy of the guy you're fighting. Sometimes you have to piece it together. Sometimes a guy may feint the same way that the guy you're fighting does, or he may have footwork similar in certain situations, so you bring him in for those reasons. You piece it together. But I would say that I like these guys because we like bringing in veteran guys early, and then I like bringing in young lions. All 3 of these guys are undefeated. All 3 of them are hungry. All 3 of them want what Deontay has, and they're here to prove something, and they fight like it. So I like those type of guys in camp when you get those young lions in camp, because there was a time when Deontay was the young lion in the camps, and it was so good for him and good for the champ. Well, the reverse is true as well.
All right, now, obviously we're going to switch subjects. Since we're here in Tuscaloosa, Anthony Joshua is back in New York City, invading, promoting the Wladimir Klitschko fight. Klitschko says he's going to be present at Wilder's fight. He's interested. Do you feel as confident as Klitschko? Could he pull away with this win? And do you welcome him at your fight, the February 25th?
Oh, absolutely, we welcome him. I mean, Vladimir's always been great to us. He's a nice guy. We've actually share part of management with Shelly Finkel, working with us and with him. So Wladimir is more than welcome. Be glad to have him in Birmingham. I think he lives in Florida part of the year, and also possibly in Nashville where his wife works. So this is just a midpoint between his two places in the States. So yeah, we would love to have him here. He's a great guy. Welcome him with open arms. And as far as he and Joshua, it's a great fight, and really it's going to come down to Wladimir. Is he over the hill? Does he have that one great fight left in him? I know that the first fight, the fight with Tyson Fury, he was dealing with a lot of issues with his wife's medical condition, and
she had postpartum
depression is a no joke. I mean, this is something that, as a husband, I've dealt with this with my wife. So this is a very real thing that takes a lot of time, effort, and energy to handle. So I could see where that would be detrimental to him. Now, Tyson Fury had a lot to do with that fight as well. So not to take anything away from him, because he executed and did what he had to do. But we will see. I think Vladimir's back's against the wall, and we're going to see the best of what he can bring.
Jay, do you think people are underestimating Wladimir? I mean, you guys shared 50 rounds of sparring. You know him more intimately than us. But is Tyson Fury just a little similar to Wilder? I know he won't like that, but the way that they use the ring, their legs, they're very mobile fighters. Fury wasn't a standing target for Wladimir. He did a lot of feints, something that Wladimir isn't used to, not to mention 6'9" on fight night. He wasn't accustomed to that. Do you think that Wilder, having all that in-ring experience with him, would you prefer Klitschko to win the fight with Joshua because you already know Wladimir so well, and obviously your man would fare up better because of the experience they have sharing the ring.
To me, all I'm thinking about is Gerald Washington, because there is no fight without Gerald Washington. There's no, if you want to look ahead, I would say whichever the biggest fight is, and because that's what Deontay wants and that's what he deserves. The biggest fight possible, I think, probably is Deontay and Tyson Fury. But if that's not possible, Deontay and Anthony Joshua would probably be the biggest fight, unless Wladimir does something spectacular, and then Wilder and Klitschko is the biggest fight. So whatever turns out to be the biggest fight, that's what we want. But none of that can happen until Gerald Washington, because all that gets erased without a spectacular win over Gerald Washington. So that's what we're focused on.
All right, my last question. Obviously, I asked Deontay about his mean streak. I've been witnessing him get hit and right away want to make this person pay, teach him a lesson. Like, hey, you're not going to hit the champ. Not in my house, buddy. Do you see that on fight night? He says no. He says this is sparring. We're working on things. I'm not going to let my frustrations get off in the ring. But have you seen that as a trainer?
No, I mean, if anybody got under his skin, or could have or should have, it was all the stuff that Stavern said. And you saw probably the most disciplined fight of Deontay's life. I mean, an eye was hurt, before the fight, the hand was broke, and he was the most disciplined guy that you could ever have imagined. And, Stavern tried to get under his skin for exactly that reason. He wanted a wild, crazy, I'm going to get you back type of guy, but that wasn't what he got. He got an assassin who was focused on the task at hand, and that's why Deontay won the fight. So I don't have any thoughts that, it's boxing. You're going to get hit. If you just go crazy every time you get hit, you're in the wrong sport. You got to be a thinking man's fighter, and that's what Deontay is.
I'm horrible at saying it's my last question, but how do you get him to fight like the Stavern fight every fight? So every fight is easy, he gets hit less, and he obviously does more damage because that jab is like a battering ram when he's on money.
Every fight is different. No fight is easy. Even the one-rounders are not easy because it takes so much to make those moments happen in camp. So no fight is easy, and Deontay earns every penny that whether it goes 10 seconds or 12 rounds, he earns his keep and gives the fans what they want, that excitement level. But, if he uses his natural gifts and his smarts and his training, then he's going to be a champion as long as he wants to be champion. And we know that he's yet to accomplish all he wants to accomplish. So he wants the biggest and the best things for his career. And I think that's, that 17 is that year. 2017 is the biggest year of his career by far, and we're looking forward to it.
There you have it. Live from the camp of Bomb Squad himself, February 25th. Get your tickets. Don't miss it, because we need to take care of Washington first for that big fight in 2017. Big fight. Joshua Fury. It's got to be big fight. Jay, thank you so much. Deontay, thank you so much. See you later. Thank you, guys.